Hello, today we're going to be doing some basic joystick control in Godot. We've got this basic scene set up, which is a task cube, kinematic body with a script, a camera, and a directional light. Look at our script. We've got a fixed process set up, and we're going to be looking at some joystick control. So there's a couple things that you should note about joystick control. First of which being that your joystick is divided into two segments, which I'll show now. You have the so here's your joystick, and on your joystick there is both the vertical segment and the horizontal segment. If we just show on the vertical segment, on the horizontal segment even, the way that the joystick's data is stored is like this, -1 to 1, with this being 0 and this being 0. Which means that you can't easily tell the difference between this, you can't at all tell the difference between this half of the joystick and this half of the joystick without looking at the horizontal axis as well. Luckily for us, rotation in 3D space is stored in a vector 3. So we can just hand it both the vertical and the horizontal side of things. So what you would also want to be doing this for 2D as well, but with a vector 2 instead of a vector 3, obviously. So let's have a look at, if we print our input.get axis, let's have a look what shows up, shall we? So first up, we're going to be having the device to the axis. We've got a list of devices here. So joy axis 0 and 1 are for the horizontal and vertical axis of the left joystick, and joy axis 2 and 3 are the right joystick's horizontal and vertical axis. Those are the only things we're going to be looking at today. So joy axis 0 will print us the horizontal, and then there's the device that we're going to be giving it. Oh, I did it the wrong way around. The axis comes after the device. The device we're going to be using is the first device, which is just 0. So if we print that now, if I point the joystick down, we get 0 roughly. If I point it to the left, -1, and to the right, 1. If I point it upwards, we get 0 again. To the left, -1. To the right, 1. Okay, another thing that you're going to want to notice, if I rest the joystick, if I do nothing with the joystick, it's still pointing a direction. This is to do with tear and wear on the hardware. So how are we going to store this in code? How are we going to rotate our test cube to look in the direction that we want? We're going to do this by storing it in a vector 3. So left log axis will equal a vector 3, which will contain our first axis and nothing, and then a second axis. So input.get joy axis device 0 joy axis 0. You could literally put 0 there. You don't have to put joy _axis _0. And then we're going to do the same but with joy axis 1. Okay. Then we'll print left analog axis. There's a handy command that you can do with vector 3s called angle. Sorry, did I say vector 3? I meant vector 2. We're going to give it a vector. We're going to change that to vector 2. We're going to dot angle that because you can't convert vector 3s into angle. So if we print that now, we need to define that as a variable. Whoops, daisy. It's printed on a scale which is more readable, but there is clearly a difference, right? Everything on the left side is minus, everything on the right side is positive for 1. Which is useful because now we can tell what direction it's facing. Then to set the rotation of the test cube, we're going to set rotation here and we're going to make it a vector 3 and we're going to call it, we're going to give it left analog axis dot x and left 0 and left. So we're going to be setting this to left analog stick dot angle. I'm being silly. And it's facing the direction of my analog stick. Okay. Now then, we're going to have it move in the direction. So if I do move 1, 1 like that. Oh. Oops. Keep messing up. Okay, I'm going to have to move in left analog axis dot x and left analog axis dot y like that. And that works. Yay! Moving quickly. Now then, if I were to have it stop, say for example, say if I would want to have the player stop if they're not moving, if the analog stick is not being moved, that is, we want to check that analog axis dot length is greater than 0, is equal to 0. That would be right. But because of wear and tear of analog sticks, because of wear and tear of analog sticks, we're going to have some inconsistency there. Because it's never equal to 0, we want it to be greater than 0. It was right the first time. No, it's always going to be moving. It's never not going to be moving because only on a perfect non-corruptible analog stick would it be not moving. So you want to have a dead zone, and the recommended dead zone is 0.25, which forms a circle around your analog, an imaginary circle. If we go to here, we're basically drawing a circle of around here and saying if the analog stick is within this circle, then we'll assume that the player's not wanting to move. And now we can stop like that. Isn't it beautiful? This is really satisfying to control, believe it or not. Why have I been messing with analog sticks, you may ask? I've been playing a lot of Fury, and that's what's got me doing this. So yeah, here's your example for you. It will work very similarly in 2D. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Uh, Probably not with another Pokemon tutorial. I've lost a lot of motivation on those. I'll see you next time with whatever I can dream up of. Bye-bye.